Are you ready? It's the Roundtable with me, Robert Bannon. Happy snow day here in Michigan. Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Roundtable. My name is Robert Bannon. It's a Thursday. It's a snowy Detroiter, Michigander kind of day. Schools were closed. I'm in my robe. I'm in a hat, and I'm bundled up and ready to celebrate this Valentine's Day Eve with you on a Thursday of the Roundtable with Patrick Duffy. Patrick Duffy joining us from Step by Step, Day by Day. I sing it to him. And Dallas and the Man from Atlantis and Hallmark movies and so many wonderful things. Patrick Duffy is here. Thank you all for everybody who's tuning in and joining me today. Hello, Alyssa. Alyssa says she's slacking on the pre-show, but that's okay because you're here for the show. And we're so grateful for you. And happy Valentine's Day, everybody. You know, I was talking about Valentine's Day. One of those Instagram things went by and said, add your Valentine. So I put a picture up of my Valentine, which of course is my Darius. And I told him this is our last Valentine's Day as fiancés. From now on, we'll be husband Valentines. And someone who lives up in Boston wrote me and he said, I'm 70 years old today. He said, I'm 70 years old. He likes my music. He knows my music. He bought an album and stuff back in the day. And he said, I'm 70 years old and I've never had a Valentine. He's a gay guy, you know, and he was like, and I've never been accepted in my family. And it really made me think about Valentine's Day. And it really made me think about how hard it is for some people who don't have love and want it. But Valentine's Day does not have to be about loving someone else or a significant other or romantic love. It could be love for family and friends, and most importantly, for yourself. So I hope that this Valentine's Day, if you have someone special to share it with, live it up and enjoy every second. And if you don't, then love yourself and love the people who love you. Create your own community. So that's why I send a happy Valentine's Day to each and every one of you. Thanks, Marie. Marie says, hello, happy Valentine's Day weekend. What are you guys doing for Valentine's Day? Marie, are you and Tom doing something? I hope so. Hi, Mom. How you doing? It's nice of you to be here. I am Fran. Hi, Grandma. Hi, the family. Hello, everybody. Look, Alyssa says that newborn life is kicking her butt. I see that, Alyssa. You see, that's what happened. You just had a baby like 3 days ago. Her kid is in college, and I still think she has a newborn baby, but you get the point. So happy Valentine's Day. Let's have a show. Are you ready for a show? I'm ready for a show. Look at the Valentine's Days of it all. Our house has a little Valentine's Day balloon situation. My niece is a Valentine this year. Hey, Cora girl. Happy first Valentine's Day, baby. She's a cutie pie. She's a newborn too. Oh, look, Marie says they're thrifting tomorrow. I love that. Where do you go? I got to find out more. Thrifting. Like you go to thrift stores and buy clothes and all sorts of fun stuff. That's fun. I love it. That's a good thing to do tomorrow. We'll be home. We'll be working and going home. Working day and night. Let's talk about the week. Are you ready? Got a lot of show to show you about. So let's hit it. Let's talk about the week hot take.
It's smoking.
In the theme of the Valentines, who or what are you loving this Valentine's Day? The world's crazy. The world's on fire. People are getting out of trouble. People are getting in trouble. The government may have all of our information. There's doomsday news every 2 seconds. The Kennedy Center is canceled. I mean, literally ridiculousness everywhere. And so many people have told me that they're worried and they're scared, and I see it all over social media. So I'm not going to focus on that on this show because this show is about love and joy and acceptance and all the things that scare us. And I know that I'm preaching to the choir because we're all activists and we're all out here fighting for love and equality and peace. And if you're a woman or if you're in the queer community or you're a person of color, then there's attacks against you. There's attacks against our wallet, our democracy, and our freedom. But there's lots of things to love too. People in your life that you love, friends that you love, TV shows, movies. Maybe it's a sports team. Maybe it's money. I don't know what you love. You know, I love my Darius. You know, I'm getting married. You know, I love my family, my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister-in-law, my niece, You know that I love my Detroit family. I love my friends. To everybody out here who's watching, you know that I love you all for being here. So you tell me, what do you love this Valentine's Day? Let's focus and flip it. Let's not worry about all the things that are on fire, and let's remember the love that's out here in these streets. So let's talk about it. So tell me. Happy Valentine's Day to you, Christine. Oh, look, Marie's got the spot. My mom should go. Unique and 2nd Avenue Thrift in Union, New Jersey. My mom would love it. She'd come out with her little hippie outfit, like, yes, there's the husband. There's my Valentine. And hi, Mom. Happy Valentine's Day. Oh, hi, I'm Fran. And Alyssa says she agrees to everything. Amen. Christine, I'm going to save your response for an answer. But everyone that's watching, where's your answer? What are you loving this Valentine's Day? Galentine's, best friends. Everyone better say they love themselves too. Can I get an amen, as Sister RuPaul would say? All right. So I don't know if I'm doing this right today. This is not working. My computer froze. That's not the right button. It froze. Happy Valentine's Day, and it's stuck. Well, tell me the answer. Well, we'll put it in again. You know, and Darius just said to me, you got to use your new computer stuff. And there we go. We're working. All right. So, amen. Give me your answers. I see Cat Daddy's got an answer. Latte's got an answer. Oh, I love Latte's answer too, but I like it in a different way than she does. But we'll talk about that when we get an answer later. Thanks all for being here. Answer, giving me a comment, and make sure if you're brand new to watching the show that you follow me over on Instagram, and you like, comment, share, subscribe, do whatever you do over here on YouTube or Facebook, so you can join us every single week. I'm going to tell you all the stuff we have coming up. This week is our time for our week in review. So last week, me and Darius celebrated another year together in our dating relationship. And we went out and about. Did I disappear? What the heck is going on? So we went out and about, and we went to one of our favorite spots, which is at the Somerset Mall out here in Detroit. And I guess we're having internet issues. So I was right here at the Somerset Mall, which is really fancy. And if you're in New York or New Jersey, it's like the fancy mall, like Short Hills or Riverside Square in Bergen County. And we went to a restaurant that we went to the day we got engaged, which he took me to J. Alexander's the day we got engaged. So I took him for dinner. And shout out to J. Alexander's. It's good. I had lobster. Oh, come on, fancy people. I was like, we're going to eat lobster. Darius had a ribeye and his famous pear martini, which comes cute, which comes with this is not we did not order eggs, which are like $23 a dozen, but pear martini and a little moment. And we had a little kiki moment together. And it was a really nice night. And for sure, I loved it. It was so good. We had such a good time to celebrate and just hang out together and do a little shopping. We went to Bath and Body Works. There's not a lot of stores that you want to go to casually at Somerset because it's very fancy, but it's really fun to window shop at. And we also celebrated. Oh, and hello, David. How are you? How you doing? Yeah, we had a bougie night. It was a bougie dinner. Alyssa said this bake it Ed, but then she said she hates autocorrect. So I don't know what you said, Alyssa, but I love it. But we weren't baked. We don't do that. So this week we also, and if I wish Abby was here, because Abby favorite show is we saw Come From Away over at Broadway in Detroit at the Fisher, which is a great show to see at this time of the year because so good. There's the band jamming away, sold out house. The show is there through this weekend, so I'm sure there's a lot of Valentine's Day dates going to the Fisher Theater to see Come From Away. And as we have crazy things going on with Canada, and as we have all these things about who are neighbors and who are people that live here and what should we do, this show is as relevant as ever. It made me think about being in high school, senior in high school during 9/11. It made us think about how important it is to be open-minded and let people in and not judge people based on their religion or where they're from or the color of their skin, and what it means to be neighborly. Speaking of neighborly, we were up this morning in the snow day, because I told you it was a snow day, and it snowed. My husband is so funny and so cute. So he gets up at 4:30 and he says, I'm going to go use the snowblower. We just bought a snowblower. And he says, I'm going to use the snowblower and clear the snow. So I could not let him go out there by himself, even though he would have done it without a complaint because he is just a man of service. So I was like, no, I'm off today. I'm going to get up. But I said to him, why are we going at 5 o'clock in the morning? And he said, because I would like it to get done by the end of the day. He's so funny. And I said, Darius, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. We could get it done, but we got it done. And you know what? He was right because it was done for him to go to work. The car was cleaned off. Everything was set and ready. Here he is this morning. Look at him. Yes, you better work. Work it, girl. Whoop, whoop. Use that. Yes, come on. Here, I even snuck a video. He said I was crazy, but this is for the things we do for the show.
5:30 in the morning. Time to make the donuts. Look at him. Come on. Look at this.
Bam!
Find yourself a man who will know how to use the snow blower and clean that. So every one of he didn't do our house. He did our neighbor's house, and then he did the other neighbor's house. So the one neighbor called me. I didn't even get a chance to talk to Darius yet. The one neighbor called me to say thank you, that her sister, her daughter, everyone called worried that she wasn't going to be able to get out. And we did it. And then the other house, when I walked in today, they were very excited. And I was like, we're sorry we woke you all up. And they were like, no, you didn't wake us up. We were woke up and we were so excited that you all did this. See, come on. You know, Darius is saying, he did not say that. He said, I would like it done today. And at 5 o'clock, there was 19 more hours. Who's calling me? Oh, school. We have school tomorrow. Man, we know already. You don't have to tell us. But we got it done. And you were right. Darius was right to get it done. You were right. Yes. And was he doing the street and not the driveway? Yes, lattes. He did the whole street. He plowed the street with the snowblower. And it was good because people could park there. And he was living his best life. These are the things that make Darius happy. He doesn't need fancy things. He needs a snowblower and a jacket and a hood. And he's good to he would have kept going. He could be in Dearborn by now. So I appreciate you so much. And I have fun getting up and doing a little shoveling and a little salting and a little secret videotaping. You know, who does that? My husband. He's just a man. He's just such a good man. You should have seen him. He ran into people that were worked with him at the Salvation Army. He grew up in the Salvation Army. So he has that kind of mindset. He's just a good guy. He's just a good guy. Yeah, look, he jumped in that van to see the look. I was like, Darius is going back in the army. Back in the army. So it was a good week. We had a good week. We got to go to the show. We got to celebrate each other and have a little date night. Diamond has been waiting for him at the door, waiting for us at the door. And I didn't do much during the week. We didn't do much. Look, this was me the other day. I was the last person at work. I was the last car. So when this snow day came, I took advantage of it and have been home and enjoying it. So a good week, no complaints, lots of love and good things in our life. We are very lucky. Darius has a new toy. Yes, he does. He's got he has a new toy. Darius. When we have people come over, I wouldn't want them sliding on ice. So that's why he made sure he did the street. Latte says, are you sure he's gay? Funny, because he's not typical. Darius follows no stereotypes. He could wear a bag and earrings and heels, and then he could use a power tool and a drill and things that I don't even know what they're called. So, and a bazillion%. Let's go to our shit. You all are stupid. Can I give a thank you? Oh, look, Robert, you hit the lottery when you met Darius. He cooks, cleans, snows, blows. He's romantic. How lucky are you? What do you bring to the plate? Do tell. What do I bring to the plate? Well, we'll wait for Darius to answer what he loves this Valentine's Day, which I know he loves me. And that's his answer. He doesn't need to write it. I did hit the lottery. And what do I bring? He'll have to answer that. I hope I bring a lot of laughs and a lot of love and a lot of care and take care of that man. And try to spoil him and love on him and be here for him. And we got to be here for one another. He definitely has taught me how to take care of a house, and I'm getting better and better. I even clean my bathroom every week. And when he does it, I want to do it myself because I love the way that I do it now. So I get why people are the way they are. It is hot. It is hot, cat daddies. It's a very manly activity. Yes. I just need that video of him. You better use that snow blower. Yes, come on, husband. Woo! Yes, he does it all. And he hates all this attention, but too bad. That's what I bring, attention. He's a wonderful person. He sure is. So let's do our shameless plug. Oh, I have breaking news, though. And I want to give a thank you to two people that we love very much on this show. Here we go. Breaking news. Breaking news. So, thank you, Marie. I try to be special and I try to take care of the people who love me the best I can. That was funny. That cracked me up. That was so good, Marie. I bring these jawbones and these cheekbones. So, a big shout out and thank you to my dear friend and friend to the show, Robbie Roselle, and my dear friend and friend to the show, Matt Gould. Matt Gould, the composer of Limpika, and Robbie, cabaret singer and director of my cabarets, and my friend, and both of them are besties to me. I love them. In the best people in the entire world. And they both wrote letters of recommendation, and they both nominated me to be a member of the National Academy of Recording Arts and Sciences. So next year, when you watch the Grammy Awards, I will be able to vote. And they both nominated me. And I'm so honored and excited to be a part of this. And you have to put out music and you have to be recommended by peers, and then they put you in front of a group. So the group's final denomination of being in will be by the summer, but I'm really excited and grateful that they both took time to nominate me and write me as an artist to be able to be a part of the Grammy committee. So cool. I love it. Yes, Darius is giving me a dig, but I forgot. I was going to do it, but then I got home late because I went to the gym. Well, I'm lucky, Marie. He may not be domestic like making the bed when home all day, but support is amazing. But then he just makes the bed up when you go to bed, but he loves it, and I forgot. And no, he does love me hard and down, and I love him and I'll support him. And even though he doesn't always want all the mushy stuff and all the gushy stuff, because I'm a gushy mushy kind of guy, he lets me be mushy gushy and love on him and support him, even when he wants to go to sleep and watch home videos of houses. I'm going to love that man through it all. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you. I'm excited. I'm really excited. It's a big deal to be in the nomination. And yeah, y'all are funny. And I'm really excited. Thank you, Robbie, and thank you, Matt. I can never repay them for picking me to be a part of this. We're running out of time, and I got a lot more to say because I'm rambling and I'm having too much fun with you all. Let's talk about a shameless plug.
Because I'm shameless.
So, we are on Broadway World and every single Friday. And this week, we have all the Broadway babies, which I know like cat daddies and stuff have been going to see a lot of Broadway shows. So the Broadway Podcast Network, where we're on every single day, and also on the Broadway World website as well on Fridays. We have so much stuff coming up for you to see. Already up, a really great interview with Waheed Al-Fayed, who wrote a film about the Syrian Turkey earthquake. if you're looking for something serious, that's a drama on HBO Max, that's a documentary, this is something you need to see. Last Friday, we had one of the stars of English, Ava, and I'm not going to mess up her last name like I did in the interview, is here at the Roundabout on Broadway. She's making her Broadway debut, and she's in a new TV series coming to Apple TV with Billy Crystal. She talked to me. That was on last Friday. And my Adrian was out on the red carpet for the premiere of We Had a World, which is coming to Manhattan Theater Club, starring Tony winner Joanna Gleason. And there's Andrew Barth Feldman, who you may have seen in the movie with Jennifer Lawrence, or he's in the new Saturday Night movie. She talked to everybody. That is also up on the Broadway Podcast Network, and it will be up on YouTube this weekend. And coming up on future shows of Z Show, next week, I will be in New Jersey on Thursday, so I think I'm going to tape the show, but don't miss it. It's my mom's birthday week, so I'm going to run out there, see my dad, see my mom, see the niece, have a moment, get Adrian her dress for my wedding, have a kiki. My dad needs his tuxedo. And then Lisa Page Brooks, who's my Detroit gospel artist, Grammy-nominated superstar. The devil is a liar, yeah, which went viral and went #1 on the gospel charts. She is here to talk to me about church trauma and why everybody can find a church home, and about her gospel career and about her kids and all the stuff that she talks about. She is an icon, broad gospel diva, superstar. I love her. And it's going to be it's a really deep conversation. And coming up in future episodes, Scott Hoying of Pentatonics will be here with his mom in the future weeks. Kel Mitchell of all of that, and Keenan and Kel and Good Burger and all of that is going to talk about returning to the stage. Tony Talks, you know that. Welcome to Starbucks over on TikTok. He'll be back. He hasn't been here since one of our first episodes. He has a movie coming out. So Tony Talks will be here. And then Darlene Love. I've been promised Darlene Love, and I got an email today that said Darlene wants to come on and talk about everything. So Darlene Love is coming on the show as well. February, March is going to be jam-packed with stars. Plus, because I get bored, we have Broadway superstars. And someone asked me, do you still do Broadway people? Yes. Stars from Gypsy, from Cabaret, from Boop the Musical, from Buena Vista Social Club, from Death Becomes Her, from Chris Renfro from Oh Mary, all will be here in the coming month. So do not miss a moment of the round. Yes, Andrew Barth Feldman. And if you go back in time, you could see our interview with Andrew Barth Feldman this year, like years ago. And now he's back. Adrian's back with Andrew Barth Feldman. You can watch it on Spotify where you can see the video. And love is love. And that is all great, Mom. So don't miss a second of the Roundtable this coming week. Tomorrow, Torian Everett from Death Becomes Her is on the show, and it's really fun. So don't miss a second of the Roundtable. You think that we are just out here, doing willy-nilly? Get out of town. We do 300 interviews a year. Marie's exhausted. Thank you, Marie. I love y'all. Feline Fret, Cat Daddies, thank you. Oh, and look at Cat Daddies. My interview with Jimmy Button was moving and inspiring. Great questions, and he answered them with so much honesty and humility. What an incredible guy. There's an episode a day. Now, I'm sure the Cat Daddies, there are 2 daddies out there, are not watching interviews about motocross racers on the regular. But when people send them to me, I say, yes, we will have the guy. He injured and he stopped riding his motorcycle. And there's a documentary he's in. And we would have never known about him if he didn't come on the show. So I'm grateful for everybody who comes on the show. And every day there's an episode. And ta-da, and thank you, Cat Daddies, for watching, because if people don't watch, then there's no point of doing this. So I appreciate you and so grateful. And look, they bring receipts. I know a lot of you watch. Marie watches the YouTube videos, and Christine and Lattes, and everybody watches the everyday episodes that I do. So I'm so lucky and grateful for you all. And that is that. Let's keep it moving with my Detroit moment, talking about shows. I promised I would shout out my Broadway and Detroit friends.
You better lose yourself in the music the moment you own it. What up, though?
Well, we partner with Broadway and Detroit here, and that is not their usual interest. It was not mine either. but we could find humanity in everything. So thanks for giving it 20 minutes of your day. We partner with Broadway in Detroit. We go to all the shows at Broadway in Detroit, and this season at Broadway in Detroit is not even done yet. They still have Parade and Kimberly Akimbo and Book of Mormon and The Wiz coming to Detroit. But my friend Amber and everybody that works over at Broadway in Detroit announced their new touring season for 25-26. And I'm really excited to show it here. Broadway in Detroit for 25-26 is bringing 8 shows. One is a mystery that they haven't announced yet, so I can't tell you the 8th, but 7 shows were announced this week. Disney's Beauty and the Beast, Back to the Future, Alicia Keys' Hell's Kitchen, The Hysterical Shucked, The Classic Outsiders, The Bop, that's and Juliet, and the women's lib superstar historian masterpiece called Suffs is all coming to Detroit. And we will be bringing you cast members, and we will be going to them all and reviewing them all and telling you all about them as we go into next year. So if you end up in this area in Detroit, or you're from Detroit, make sure you follow Broadway in Detroit, or go to BroadwayInDetroit.com and get your season tickets and support local theater and touring theaters. These shows will go around the country. They're all equity union shows that bring the best of Broadway to people around this country. And they have a good, damn good season next year. I have seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the shows. I've never saw Back to the Future, but I'm really excited to see what they're doing with Beauty and the Beast and what they're doing with Back to the Future and Hell's Kitchen and all of this stuff on the road. And Darius has not seen them. See, Christine says a fantastic lineup of shows. Darius has not seen them, so I'm excited to take him to Hell's Kitchen, and I'm excited for him to see Shucked, and I'm excited for him to see and Juliet. He's gonna love because it's all those pop songs. So yes, good job, Detroit. I told her you did it. You did that. That was really good job. So we're excited to keep the ball rolling, and we'll have an interview with some of the cast of Parade next week on the Broadway Podcast Network. All right, let's keep it moving. And here is my favorite thing. With the wrong ear, Mike Melfa told me.
You get a car! You get a car! You get a car! You get a car!
It's not 24. I gotta edit it and put it to be 25. But I was looking for something to watch today on the snow day. I was home with the dog, and I came across the documentary. It's on HBO Max. It was on CNN called Luther, Never Too Much. And I was sucked into an hour and 45 minutes of his career. I listened to him all day. I listened to him when I went to the gym. I listened to him in the car. His story about where he started in New York and how he started singing back up for Bette Midler and David Bowie, and then how he went on tour with Roberta Flack, and Roberta Flack literally fired him and said, "You need to be a star." And he worked on Sesame Street and made jingles, and then Never Too Much came out, and then the rest was history. But his struggle with weight, his struggle with sexuality, his struggle with the music career, all dictated in a very respectful, amazing way in this documentary. It is on CNN on demand, or you can watch it on HBO Max. It is so good. It's on HBO Max for streaming, or if you Google it, I think you could rent it on Amazon for like $2. So fantastic. Lisa Fisher, who was on my other show, Quarantine Cabaret and Cocktails, years ago, was a beast, was his backup singer. She's in it. Richard Marx is interviewed. Jamie Foxx is interviewed. It's so good. It's really, really great documentary. So check it out. Luther, Never Too Much is streaming now. And finally, here is our Hey Friend. Hey.
I'll be there for you. How you doing?
I want to give a big shout out. We actually were so lucky that we got to see them in the pre-show, which you could always check out, to our friend in North Carolina. Hey, Judy and her daughter, Christine. We were worried about you last week. We knew you didn't feel well during the show, and we knew you were in the hospital, and now you're home and on the mend. So here's Judy, and there's Christine with Jim Caruso and Billy Stritch, who we love, friends of our show, who are cabaret superstars and piano superstars. And Judy, we hope you're feeling better. Christine, thanks for taking care of Mom. And Judy, thank you for all the love and support you show us. And Christine, thank you for being a part of the Roundtabler family. And we're just so happy you're on the mend. It was so sweet when Lattes asked if I heard from Christine. It made me smile because we became our own little family here. We are our own little people that get together and celebrate life and art and love every single Thursday. And I'm so grateful and appreciative of you all for all the love and support you give each other and the friendships that are made here. So feel better, Judy. We are thinking about you and sending you lots and lots of prayers. That's for sure. And I love being here. And also, a big shout out. This is so connected, showing pics of us with Billy and Jim. You have Patrick Duffy on tonight, and Billy has been in Florida with Linda Purl 3 days with runs of shows. Yes, and I asked him about Linda Purl. That's Patrick Duffy's girlfriend. So cool, for sure. And yeah, we send lots of love to you, Christine and Judy. And a shout out to our friend Catrice. Last week was her birthday. Catrice is out here in Detroit. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Catrice. Happy birthday to you. She's so cute and sweet, and we love her, and we love when she checks into here in Detroit. A Detroit fam. Stand up, Detroit fam. All right, so what did you say was your answers to who or what are you loving this Valentine's Day? I'm going to look it up. Well, we heard Darius says he loves me, so I appreciate that. He loves me. It's my man. This Valentine's Day, Alyssa says she's thankful for doctors and nurses. Her son, oh my God, Alyssa, was in the hospital with pneumonia. And I'm so grateful for the love and compassion of our healthcare professionals. And I'm so grateful for the love and compassion of healthcare professionals as well. We need good doctors and nurses, and we know the nurses are out here doing the heavy lifting, and the doctor's expertise is needed for us to all feel better. So we hope your son is feeling super better. We send you love, Alyssa, girl. So much love to you. And Marie says loves her husband and her son and her family. What I'm loving this Valentine's Day is the fact that your cat Buddy is so loving and attached to you. It's so precious. Hey, Buddy. Hey, girl. We love it. Christine says we must love my mom, my family, my dog Max, supportive friends, music, art, nature, witnessing kindness to others for people or animals. I sure love that as well. Amen. And Cat Daddy says husband, cat, and family in that order, and then corrected it and said the cat, then the husband, then the family in that order. I love that. The pets, baby pets come first. Latte says she's loving her new life, her bestie. You better love your new life, your apartment, your gecko, and your freedom. Amen. And dark chocolate. Oh, I love dark chocolate too. My beautiful man and Mr. Goodbar. I see you, lattes. All right. And I love you all. That all sounds good to me. If you have any love things that you love this year, make sure you just love you, love yourself, and love the people that love you. Hello, Joanne. Hi. Joanne is our new friend. Her name is Krabby Ass on Instagram, and she is in Maryland, and she has been listening to us on the podcast. So you're a roundtabler now, boo. Welcome to the show, Joanne. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And I'm so grateful to meet you. I don't find you to be crabby at all. We love it. Christine, thanks so much for the kind words and showing love for Judy. You know who else is kind? You know who else shows a lot of love? You know who else is a superstar who has been, we grew up with watching on television on Fridays on TGIF, or if you grew up, you're older than that, or the reboot of Dallas, or the original Dallas, or Who Shot JR, or Who Shot Bobby, or Who Shot Pam Sue Ellen. I don't know all the characters because I don't remember. But I was really excited when Patrick Duffy agreed to be on the show. He's a legend. And he was here a little whiles ago, and we waited for the right moment, and Valentine's Day seems the right time for someone in love with his girl, Linda Purl. Take a peek. Patrick Duffy tells us all about his career on the Roundtable. Show that was constantly on in my house. And then when I was a little bit older, there was a show that was constantly on every single Friday. And then when I was older, I couldn't miss another show that was on every single week. I grew up with our next guest. And when we talk about 2025 and starting this year off with a bang, there was number one person that I wanted to come on the show, and he agreed to be here. He is someone that has given so much joy to all of us. He is somebody who spent his life in front of a camera so that we could all be joyful and spend time together, which is what entertainment is all about. So I'm so excited. What an honor. Patrick Duffy, welcome to the show.
That's quite an introduction. It makes me feel honored and old all at the same time. So
No, I was reading about you, and you have had a fascinating life.
Yep. I mean, I've had a very fortunate life. Career-wise, I started in 1976 and never stopped. Yeah.
Never stopped. And I was reading before you became Patrick Duffy TV superstar,
Okay.
you were from Montana and you went to school. And I was reading like you discovered like a drama bug in high school, and
Right.
then you took it in college.
Right. Right. I had a teacher in high school, a remarkable woman. She's since passed, but I remember her fondly whenever I do an interview and this comes up. Maxine Dysart. And I had two drama teachers, Kathy Donahue and Maxine Dysart. But Maxine, in my senior year, took me aside and said, there are people who make a living doing what you're having fun doing every night after school. And if you would like, I will write a letter of recommendation for this special program at the university. And I said, okay. I had nothing to lose. So I said yes. I went home and told my dad. He was reading the paper, and I said, Dad, I decided I'm not going to be an architect. I'm going to be an actor. And he went, oh, okay. And he put the paper back up and kept reading. It didn't matter to him whatsoever.
It's such a what a great story, and what a journey. I can't imagine like going from Montana to the University of Washington to LA. So like, how did the trajectory of your life lead you to Hollywood?
Yeah, my parents left Montana in 61. I was 12 years old in 61, and they drove with a trailer house to Seattle, Washington, because my mother had a cousin there. And my dad went to work on the World's Fair. Besides being a bartender and a bar owner, he was a really good carpenter. So he went to the Seattle World's Fair in 1961 and started working there. And they laid down their roots there. And I went to junior high school there. And that's where I met that teacher. And then I entered the University of Washington. I got in this program. They were auditioning almost 2,000 students across the country, and they picked 12 of us. And I worked there for 4 years, just doing nothing but performing, taking class, and rehearsing. And graduated. Graduated in, my goodness, when did I graduate? 72. And then I worked for a year in Seattle. I'd had a misfortune with my voice, so I couldn't, start my theater career, but I invented a job where I could narrate certain performances of cultural groups that came to the state of Washington, used Washington state money. So I proposed that, well, if they're using Washington state money, they should use a Washington state resident. And they bit. And so I started narrating all of these cultural events, operas and symphonies and ballet companies. So I met a ballerina in the ballet company. We fell in love. We moved in together, and she was from New York. And she asked me, do you think you're a good actor? I said, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm a good actor. And she said, well, you'll never know unless you come to New York. I went, oh, God, okay. So I packed up my bags and I went to New York. Didn't work there for 2 years, but I did get an agent. And the agent then opened an LA office and said, maybe you should come to LA and see how things work out in TV. And that's when I got to LA. So that was the big circuit that got me to Los Angeles.
Well, how did things turn out for you, Patrick? I guess you did all right.
Well, I did all right eventually. When I got to LA, it was another 2.5, almost 3 years of unemployment. I got a couple of jobs. I got one commercial. I did a wonderful single project with called The Last of Mrs. Lincoln with Julie Harris for PBS. And that was really my introduction to television and who these actors were that I had admired on screen forever. But then I went right back to unemployment. I did the Globe Shakespeare Festival in San Diego, and I drove a truck. And I was a carpenter. I learned from my dad, so I could do that. So I was rebuilding a boat in Long Beach, California, going on auditions. And I auditioned I went to see, first of all, the casting director for this sci-fi show called The Man From Atlantis. And she just looked at me, said, thank you. And I left, and that was it. And I figured, well, that is it. And then I did one little part on a show called Switch with Eddie Albert and Robert Wagner. I was third detective, I think. no name, just third detective. And I had one line, and I don't know what it was. It was something akin to, I walked on camera and said, "The car's ready, sir," and walked off camera. And that was it. But that casting director was at home doing her accounting, check balancing, whatever, at her kitchen table, and the TV was on and switch was on, and she kept looking back and forth up, and I walked on camera, and she looked, and she said later to me, she said, and I thought, well, that's not the way he came across in the meeting in the office. I should call him back in. And that's what started the ball rolling. She called me back in. Eventually, I met the producers and read for them. Then I started doing screen tests. I met the network. The network said, "No, we don't like him. He's too skinny." And the phrase they used was, "He's not an 8 o'clock hero."
Oh,
And I went, "What does that mean?" They said, "Well, she thinks you're a 10 o'clock hero, like more cerebral and thinky, not brawny and buff." But they wanted me, and so we had several weeks. I started working out. I had a fabulous makeup man named Fred Phillips who did Spock's ears and invented all that stuff. And he invented a body. He made a fake body for me, wrapping me in very tightly in foam from upholstery foam. And he made biceps and chest and all of that. They put on a couple of shirts and a turtleneck, and they marched me back to NBC and said, "He's been working out, and here he is." And they said, "By golly, we like him now. He's an 8 o'clock hero." And then I had a month or so of pre-production to really gain that weight and work out, and I did. And then the rest was history.
look, there it is.
There it is.
There he is.
And those are the webs. Those are Fred Phillips webs.
Yeah, that's 8 o'clock hero to me, Patrick Duffy.
Okay, well, thank God for makeup and working out.
That's right. I hear that. That's the secret to everyone.
Oh,
I hear you when I see something like that, and I see the years you did Man from Atlantis, and then I see, obviously, I know anywhere you go in the entire universe and world, Dallas is Dallas, and Dallas became the biggest television show, one of the biggest television shows of all time
in the world.
326 episodes, another 40 with the reboot, which I loved so much on TNT. Like, you literally were in a TV show, but you were put from a TV show and TV star to a superstar. What was it like? Was it scary? Was it a shot out of a cannon?
It was, it was a slow immersion into that world. The only person who really had that I had recognition from the Man from Atlantis. People would always see me somewhere and go, "You're that guy that swims like that." And I go, "Yeah, that's me." And Hagman had that following for I Dream of Jeannie. And other than that, we had Barbara Bel Geddes, which the TV industry did not really know who she was. And we had Jim Davis, who you had to be a fan of old Westerns on television to know who Jim was. So between Larry and myself, we at least were recognizable. And then the show was on for 2 years as we slowly ascended that ladder. And it really was with the Who Shot JR episode that launched us into the stratosphere. So it wasn't scary, but it was something you had to adjust to. We went from, actually being fairly normal lives to lead. My wife and I did all our own shopping, etc. We'd go to our supermarket and up and down the aisle, and every once in a while people would look and give you a nod and go, "Hey, I'd like your show." But with the Who Shot JR thing, the fervor, first of all, for 6 months, because nobody knew the answer to that question. So, everybody wanted to know the answer. So you would get inundated in public with, "Come on, you can tell me. I'm not going to tell anybody," And then the truth of the matter was, none of us knew. Not a single one knew. Well, Linda Gray knew eventually, because she had to utter the word. She did it as a wild line. And she had to say, "It was you, Kristen. You shot him." And she did that line, but she did a bunch of lines. "It was you, Tom. You shot him. It was you, Dan. You shot him." So it was by elimination that she figured out who it was. but none of us knew, including Hagman. Nobody knew. But the die was cast. We were in a different stratosphere of television personalities, and I don't, you reach fame, and I think you have to live a long life to get iconic. It's bestowed on you for longevity, not so much for your career. So
but it will live forever, which is what I think of.
it will. We have several things that have gone down now as iconic moments in television history. The Who Shot JR, Bobby coming back from the dead. Those two, the shower scene, those two are forever remembered. Even people who don't really know the show will reference those two things. Either they've heard from their grandparents or whatever. But yeah, so that, and the other thing, which I think is very funny, is I've got a theme song. The Dallas theme song now is, if there is an orchestra, if there is somebody who even thinks they can hum a few bars and recognizes me, they'll go dum 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 dum. So it's like Bob Hope's. You're always going to know who it's Bob Hope. You're always going to know the Johnny Carson show. And now I've got my Dallas theme song.
And I'm ready to sing Step by Step for you too, because that's
God, if you can do, because I can't. I do not know the words to that song.
But it's my. That's growing up. That's what I think of it is your. Well, we're gonna get there in a minute, but I love that your we had Linda on, we had Ms. Gray on the show not too long ago, and she talked about how close you all were as a family and the years you really grew together. And she talked about you, and she talked about Mr. Hagman, about how supportive you were, that you went into directing and she wanted to go into directing, and you all stood up and were unified. You were a unified cast. You guys became a family together.
Well, the whole cast became a family, but Linda and Larry and I became truly sort of a mystical rematching of three people that we felt we had known each other for centuries. We were so close, so tight, so nothing could get past one of us in order to get to the other person. In other words, they would use the old trick of, well, we spoke to Larry and he said he was good for it, so do you want? And we knew, because we communicated all the time. So they referred to us as the Three Musketeers, and to this day, Linda is, I just love her. She's a dear, dear friend.
You have a thing about Lindas. Apparently, Linda.
I'm surrounded by Lindas. And there are worse things in the world, believe me.
I hear you. Well, I hear you about that. Well, I saw you all at Birdland not too long ago with our friends over there at Birdland. Linda Purl, everybody. Her album is so gorgeous. Her shows are so gorgeous. Her voice is impeccable.
Right. And she's a beautiful combination of a singer and an actress who doesn't just sing notes and say words. Everything has a story and a meaning, and there is a multiple depth of what she does when she sings a song, and it's unique. And not many people master that. And
no.
The fact that she puts up with me now for 4 years is a blessing in my life. Believe me.
Well, I can't wait to see when she's back in New York. I have to come see a show because I've loved her album. And talk about a TV career of her own. She is quite the actress.
Well, that's the thing, when we're out together, people will know me, but they'll know her from Young Pioneers or Happy Days or The Office or Matlock. I mean, she's got all the credentials, believe me.
She sure does. So stream her album while we're here. We brought up Step by Step. I grew up watching them. I watching the show was a TGIF staple. I think the words are like step by step, day by day, fresh start over, a different hand to play. The deeper we fall, the stronger we stay. We'll be together. Something like that, right? Maybe.
Wow, that's a good 40 more words than I remember. I knew step by step, day by day, la 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 la.
The roller coasters going. I could.
Yeah.
So that's another show that you did 160 episodes, almost 7-8 years of a show.
Yeah, 7 years. Yeah.
What you have had some of the most amazing leading ladies in television. We talked about Linda Gray. and there's nobody. The chemistry between you and Suzanne Somers was off the chart.
It was amazing because when I finally left Dallas after 13 years, I thought, well, that's it. I've worked 13 years with my best friends, and we're never going to work together again, because if we're on camera together, people will say, oh, there's Bobby and JR, or there's Sue Ellen and Bobby. And so we knew that it was done. You know, of course, the reboot happened, but I went in, met Suzanne Somers, and I instantly said, you're my new Larry Hagman. And she was. She was instantly, again, my dearest best friend for those 7 years and for all the years afterwards till she passed.
She's a fighter and an inspiration. What a businesswoman and a smart person.
Oh, my God, she's an industry. You know, she's an absolute industry. But I was going to say her first love, but she loved the things that she did on you know, the Home Shopping Network or QVC, whichever one she was on. She loved all of that because she connected with all the people. You know, she would be on the phone with them, talking to them, and she loved doing that. But I really think, you know, having worked with her for those 7 years, that's where her heart was, you know, in that camera, you know, ad-libbing, you know, doing things on the fly. We worked together so well. We trusted each other explicitly. There was never a moment that either one of us thought, uh-oh, this is going off the rails. What do we do? No, we were just matched. We were heavenly matched.
Well,
acting couple.
That's what we loved about these, I don't know, 500 plus episodes between Dallas and Step by Step. Because from 8 to 10 o'clock as a kid growing up in New Jersey, that was Friday nights were like hollowed grounds of, you know, time. It raised us. It was a family moment, and you got to be such a part of that. So thank you.
You could park your children in front of that TGIF night and know exactly what they were going to get, you know, the quality, you know, and not just squeaky clean, but always with a reason, a message, a moral, you know, a happy ending, and tastefully done. I mean, what more can you ask?
Well, look, I know you're an Irish guy. My father's an Irish guy, and on Fridays he would plop us in front of that television. That was how we grew up too. So I understand. You, looking up on your IMDb credits, you have over 100 TV shows, movies, TV movies, etc., soaps. Like, your career has run the gamut, and the shows keep coming, and things. I was thinking, like, flipping through the channel, your Christmas stuff pops up, and your movies this time of year. When you look back, 100 plus sets, 100 plus directors, and all of the things that you've done, and so much more still to come. How do you sum it up, that kid in growing up and what became?
Well, two things. One is I truly think I'm lucky, which doesn't mean you're not talented or you don't try hard, but luck has a lot to do with it. And the second thing is never give up. Just never give up. I had 4+ years of unemployment where, you know, my wife would, you know, encourage me, but I would always say, oh, I'm an actor. I'm just not employed, you know? And so I always manufactured a mindset that this is just a temporary condition, unemployment. It will eventually happen. And if you can be talked out of your dream of being an actor, then you probably shouldn't be an actor, you know? So I was very fortunate. And once the ball started rolling, then it just never stopped.
Well, I know people come and see you from all over the world. If it's Dallas events, if it's conventions, if it's different things that you do, you guys are some of the nicest people. I remember a convention in New Jersey. I have my cousin Adrian, my friend Chris Camizzi, who's a teacher. When Linda Gray was on, I never got a longer message that was like, you don't understand what Dallas means to me. And I texted him today and I said, Patrick Duffy no, you are lying. Bobby is not coming on your show. There are so many memories, and you give so much joy to millions of us because of the work that you did.
Well, you know, I didn't write the scripts and I didn't film the shows. I ended up directing a lot of them, but the die was cast in that sense too. But I've done some of these signing things in Europe recently. And on more than one occasion, and 3 just this last time I was in Italy, in France, different young men specifically came up, young, according to me, they were probably in their 40s and 50s by now. And they sincerely said that Frank Lambert was the reason they decided to be a good father, that they wish they had a father like him, and that they wanted to be to their children the kind of father that Frank Lambert was. So, I'm always struck by this amazing potential that doing a television show has. And obviously, playing Frank on Step for 7 years, I wasn't thinking, oh, I have to be a great example for, all mankind. Or no, Suzanne and I were just having fun. We were doing the scripts and having fun, and the children on the show were terrific. The production company was terrific. It was just a dream job. But the effects of it linger and echo, hopefully forever.
Forever. That's better. Keep running forever. Got to keep going to the mailbox and collect those checks too.
Well, they get a lot smaller as the years go by. Believe me. Just so your audience doesn't get the wrong impression, I'll get a batch of checks from foreign residuals, and literally it's listed on 5 tightly typed pages of all the countries and the episodes, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then the total amount of the check is $11.
I believe that's real.
It's true. Some of them are 3 cents an episode or 11 cents an episode, and it's never, it's not retirement money, believe me.
No, well, that's why we want to keep you working, because we enjoy you. We enjoy you on screen. That's why we're being selfish. We're taking you.
Okay, good. Am I getting paid for this interview?
No, I'll talk to your manager and we'll figure.
Yeah, this one's a freebie. Yeah, the first one's free.
All right, next time I got you. At least a diet soda and a hamburger in LA somewhere or something. I hope, please send our love to Miss Purl and tell her that we would love, she can come on and talk music with us any day. We love her.
She's just in the next room, so I'll pass it on.
Please do. And please know that what you do and all the time you spent away from home and all those long days on set means something to us. They still do. And we're really grateful for the life you gave us and the entertainment and joy.
Thank you, Robert. It's a pleasure to do. Believe me, it's people, get stuck sometimes and they say, it's so much fun, I do it for free. Well, I wouldn't do it for free, but I get so much joy out of doing it that it is the compensation in and of itself. Yes.
Well, our pleasure. Happy New Year. Happy holidays. All of that. Enjoy every second.
And back at you, Robert. Thank you for your time.
How cute. You know how long ago we taped that? That was like the second week of January. So we saved it for Valentine's Day. I don't say Happy New Year in February. Well, maybe I do. But I love that you all love these. Thank you. That's Darius' sweater that I stole. And it's a cutie. I loved it. I love it. Thank you, Marie. He's got good taste. That's why he's marrying me. I was the biggest Dallas fan, but my hero was JR. Sorry, Patrick. JR is the character because JR is the fun character, I'm sure to play. So good. I love it. And you love Sue Ellen. I love Linda. I love Linda Gray so much more than Pam. I feel you, Marie. I'm with you. Cat Daddy say 100 IMDb credits, but so humble. That's a true legend right there. 1,000 episodes of television. Insane. Latte says so humble. So thank you, Patrick Duffy. He wasn't here to promote anything. He wasn't here to do anything but spend time and share a little bit about his day. Well, everyone, thanks, Joanne. He is lovely. Next week, even if I'm not live and it's a tape show, it's a really inspiring talk about love and God and finding your way. Our guest, Lisa, the pastor that she is, lost her husband and is going to talk about it. He's lovely, right? He's so nice, such a lovely guy. And she's going to be here. And it's a really deep conversation that I really implore you to watch. I'll be celebrating my mom's birthday because my mom's birthday is going to be, the 22nd. So I got to celebrate the Rose Bannon. So if I'm not here, I'm running to New Jersey for a day or two and then running back. So I'm not going to be here on Thursday, but I will tape it and there will be a brand new episode. I pinky swear, promise. Yes, Frank Lambert. That's what I'm talking about. Step by step is it. Marie says, such a great show. Thank you so much, Robert. Have a wonderful Valentine's Day weekend. Good night, everyone. Go enjoy thrift shopping, everybody. Thank you, Joanna. It was really nice to meet you here. Christine, wonderful chat with Patrick Duffy. Quite the career. I love how he and Linda found love and happiness. They both lost their husbands and wife, and then they found each other after. Darius missed some of the interview because he got a stroller. Now, don't get excited, everybody. It's not for a baby, even though the internet thinks we adopted a baby. He got a doggy stroller. So maybe next week you can get a picture of the doggy stroller. You know these interracial gays with their dogs in a stroller at the Somerset Mall in Detroit? Y'all better be ready because this man is going to be in his boots with his hat and his bag and his coat, sashaying with the dog, Diamond. Oh, we're going to power walk our baby. Cat daddies, you get it. Do you have a cat stroller holder? I'm sure they do. He got it in the mail today and nothing makes it. He got the snowblower and the doggy stroller. See, lattes, you were worried if he's gay? And solved. Problem solved. I want everyone. Love this show. We're so stupid here. I want everybody, after watching the Luther documentary, I really thought about what love it. See, we're here for it. Christine says, baby Diamond being strolled in the street. Yay, Darius. And he's got a glass of wine. So he's got the life. He's living the life. See, cat daddies? They get it. The power of love is not only romantic. The power of love is for humanity and people. And people who are, back at you, who are just loving one another, sharing in the love. It could be a mother and a son, a father and a daughter. It could be friends. It could be cute. We need pictures. So cute. It could be friendship. It could be co-workers. It could be your support system, brothers, sisters. And of course, husbands, wives, boyfriends, girlfriends, partners, love, joy. And when I was listening to Luther Vandross, who never found love in his life for whatever reason, but sung all the love songs. My favorite is when we walk down the street, we don't care who we see, who we meet. Don't need to run, no need to hide, 'cause we got something burning inside. Oh, we got love, oh, power. It's the greatest power of them all. We've got love, oh, power, and together we can fall. And all the good and all the power, it's the greatest power of them all. We've got love, oh, power, it's the greatest of them all. The best is yet to come. We love you. Thank you for celebrating this crazy show and our crazy family and for being here. Happy Valentine's Day, Roundtablers. Hey, find some love. Show that love, no matter who it is, where you are. Love, love, love. I love you. Thank you for being here. There's more good than there's bad. There's more joy than there is sadness, and there's more love than hate. We just got to find it. Till next week, I'll see you all again then. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for the love you show me. Husband, get ready. I'm done. Did we have dinner? Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Mwah.